enjoy a lot of that this week. You can be thankful for family and friends to spend the holidays with. That's a great thing to be thankful for. A lot of us will travel and do that this week. You can be thankful for financial resources to provide for needs and sometimes even wants, a lot of times even wants. A lot of us will go shopping this week. But at the top of every believer's gratitude list has to be salvation. It has to be the fact that God has redeemed you through the death of His Son. Can there be anything, any blessing that's bigger than that? Can there be anything that we ought to be more thankful for? When's the last time that you just expressed gratitude to God for the gift of salvation? When's the last time that we stopped complaining about what God hasn't given us, about how God hasn't given us the perfect job or the perfect spouse or the perfect family or perfect health, that He hasn't given us the perfect house or the perfect car, that He hasn't given us the perfect reputation or the perfect circle of friends? When's the last time we stopped complaining about all those things long enough to say, God, thank you for the death of your Son on my behalf. God, thank you for His blood that washed my sin away. God, thank you for adopting me as a son or as a daughter when I didn't deserve it. God, thank you for taking me from somebody who was ignorant, who was enslaved to sin, who was your enemy, and making me your child. Thank you for treating your Son like an enemy so you could make me your son. When's the last time we've talked to God like that? Has it been a long time, maybe? I hope this Thanksgiving, in the middle of all the other things we're thankful for, we'll pencil in salvation at the top of our gratitude list. None of us deserve it. None of us deserve it, but God has given it freely through the death of His Son. And so here's the invitation to you this morning. And whether it's where you are, whether you want to come to the altar, spend some time in prayer, I want to encourage you to ask God to soften your heart, to ask God to give you a sense of gratitude because of what He's done for you through His Son. Maybe you need to ask God to forgive you for your ingratitude, for your complaining, for all the ways you focused on what you feel like He hasn't done. Maybe that's where you need to start. That's a good place to start. Ask God to give you a sense of gratitude for what He's done for you through His Son. If it's at the altar in prayer, if it's where you are. And here's the second part of the invitation to you. If you've never received God's free gift of salvation that He gives through Jesus Christ, then you may have a lot of things to be thankful for, but all those things are temporary, and one day they'll all be gone. And what will you do then? What will you do when the relationships that you're thankful for are no more? What will you do when the health that you might be thankful for is fading? What will you do when this life that you're thankful for is over and you stand before your Creator and He just wants to know, what did you do with my Son? Did you receive His death on your behalf? Did you receive the forgiveness of your sin that I offered you? What will you do then? Nothing wrong with those other things. But if you have not placed your faith on Jesus Christ for salvation, you will spend eternity separated from God. So the invitation is to take advantage of that offer. We're going to pray. We're going to have our hymn of invitation. You respond. You move in obedience to what God says to you. Let's pray.